Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and this is a bit of a more intense one in that there's more to work with here. So on the left side, I've already picked out my background paper. This will be a full 6x8 layout, and I've got this 4x6 photo that I intend to use here. In the middle, I have this insert, and I already have all of my stuff picked out for that. So I have the photos in there, and then I picked this card because it has a nighttime sky theme, and it was night at this point, and matched the color very well. So I pulled that, and then on this one, I just have these two photos. So really, it's just gonna be a lot of kind of embellishing on them, perhaps stamping, and that might be it. And this is my last layout for day one of Prague. So when this is done, then I can do a flip through of the whole first day that I've done. I'm excited about that. So on this left-hand side of the page, I know I have to do something behind this photo because I love this paper, love the color, but it's a lot against all this blue. So I think I need to tone it down a little bit. So I'm either going to maybe trim the photo and then mat it on white cardstock, or perhaps use vellum somehow just to kind of tone down the background, give it a softer look. So that's my plan for this side. I really don't know what else I'm going to do with these, like especially this one. I love the card, but I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. I'd have to find a really cool embellishment of some type that would work there, or perhaps make one if I don't have one that would work just as a visual thing, because I can't journal on this obviously with this background. So I'm starting with that, and we'll just see how it all rolls. So I've decided that I am going to go with vellum, and I've cut this to be 6x8 because I'm not sure if I want it the whole page or what exactly I'm going to do with it. So let's just see how it looks. Okay, now that's a little too muted. Shoot. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a difference. Look at the difference between the regular paper and then with the vellum on it. Is this a heavier vellum that I normally buy? I don't know, but that's a little bit more than I had anticipated. I can cut it so that it doesn't cover the entire background, and actually, hold on a second. This is water, it's pretty smooth, right? But I could potentially rip this and make it look like a wave. Let's see here. So if I were gonna go maybe like this, leave a little bit at top, maybe about here, rip it and just see how it looks. I have more, so if I don't like it, I could do something else with this vellum or start over. Let's see. Well, you know what? That's better. I still think it's too much. I kind of like this more down here and less on top. So I will cut off part of that. I'm not exactly sure how much, but at least part of it. And then I'll figure out what to do from there. All right, so I've cut down the vellum a bit more, and I like this look a lot better with a bigger chunk at the bottom, just a little bit here. And I do think it makes enough of a difference just to tone down some of this. And then I still have room up here I can do something, or down here. Maybe I can stamp on this. I mean, it leaves me still a lot of room to work with and a lot of choices. So I do like this better, and I'm gonna go with this. All right, so that's all adhered. And then I was thinking about this card, since I didn't know what to do with it. And I'm wondering if I can take this piece of vellum that I partially ripped for this other page and maybe shorten it a little bit or something and overlap it here so that it kind of ties that together. It makes it feel like it all goes together, but it still looks good. So I don't know that I like so much covered up. I could trim it a little bit up here, but I like the idea of it because, again, this is a very bright card, and this would help to tone that down just a little. I did cut down the vellum both ways, both widthwise and lengthwise, so that it would fit better. So it's going to go on like that. However, I don't have any special vellum adhesive right now, or if I do, I don't know where it is. So I'm assuming that I don't. So I want to put this on here, but I don't want it being seen how it's adhered. So I'll either have to staple it, or I'll have to find some kind of an embellishment that covers part of it where I could put adhesive behind the embellishment and then behind the vellum. So I think I'm going to not work on these parts right now and just figure out what to do about the vellum with the rest of this card. All right, I think I've come up with something. I pulled out this sheet of travel stickers, and on here there's this one which has yellow in it, also has some black, but it says moments like these. I think that might be perfect to put right in the middle here over the vellum. It'll partially adhere the vellum, and then I can kind of hide the rest, and I might not even have to staple, because once it's in the pocket, you know, nobody's gonna mess with it, so it should stay pretty stationary. So I think maybe if I kind of do like that, that might work out well. And then it also gives me a little license to maybe stamp over here in black, because I always journal in black, and 95% of the time I stamp in black. So that would tie that together as well. Here's this card I'll put together, and it seems at least to be holding it enough where I don't need to adhere this. Maybe that will change over time, but for now it works. So I'm just gonna put it right in the pocket and call it done. And then I don't have to worry about that one anymore. And it matches perfectly. I love it. So now I'm gonna go back to here, figure out what else I can do. I do think I'm going to stamp with something now that I've done this sticker. So I need to figure out what that's gonna be. I think I may also try to work in some black washi just for visual interest, and then it'll match here a little bit better and tie in the stamping. I've decided to try some of this just basic black and white striped washi, and I think I'm going to put it just a little bit over the vellum here. Let me think about this though, because if I want to stamp, it wouldn't really matter. Well, it might be better to stamp in this lower left because this comes down a little bit into the right. So maybe I'll put this on the right hand side up here. And then I can balance it by stamping on the left. I decided to do the stamping down there in the left like I talked about, and I used this stamp set. This is from Ellie Edwards. I used this stamp right here, and I just used my regular black, where is it? What did I do with it? My regular Memento black tuxedo ink. I have set it somewhere. Oh, my stamp cleaner was on top of it. There we go. That's the one that I used, and it came out very well. If I had decided to actually stamp on the vellum, I would have used StazOn because that's kind of a slick surface, but since it was just on cardstock, I went with the normal stuff. Now I like the way this looks, but the top feels too blank to me. So in order to balance out this kind of heavy stamping here, I do want something else probably to overlap this washi. So now I have to go on the hunt for that. When I was trying to figure out what to use up here, I went back to that same sticker sheet that I had before, because this is on there, new perspective. And I like the idea of that. Not only is it the right color, but you know, we were seeing Prague by night, which was different than what we had done all day. So I think I'm going to use that, work in some black and white along with the yellow. And let's see here, probably want it like right there. Oh no, I like it better here where it overlaps the blue a little bit. And then maybe that's a short enough distance from here to here where I can get a staple in there. Let's find out. Oh, yep, right at the top I can. There. Perfect. Okay, that makes me feel better. I feel like that really ties all the colors together, and I'm pleased with that. I still may do like some misting or something on the yellow parts, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to move on to the rest of this. Apparently, I'm obsessed with this sheet of stickers because I think I'm going to use something else from it. This yellow is just too good to pass up. So this one, and I wasn't thinking I was going to do a whole lot of journaling because there wasn't really room for it on any of these, but if I put this in there, then I will have journaling. It'll be short, but I'll have some journaling space. So the only thing that I thought I was going to do it here is that then these would be next to each other. So let's see if maybe I switch these photos. We'll see how I like that. Now it's clear this one, you know, isn't as dark yet as that one. or nope, I like it better the other way, so I'm going to switch these instead. Okay, now that I have that figured out in terms of my layout here, so it'll look like this instead. I like that. Then I can move on to doing my sticker that I picked out. So I think I want it hanging off the edge a little bit as I normally do. I don't want it like totally centered to the bottom, so maybe about here. So maybe like so. These are pretty sticky, so I think once it's down, it's not coming back up. So I better like it. There we go. All right, so that's how that one looks, and I do like that. Let's cut off the excess here. Then I'll put it up against the rest of the photos. That'll be the true test on how I really feel about it. So when it's in the book, that's how it will look as a layout. I do like that. Much better than if this had been up here. They would have been right across from each other, and that's not good. This, very good. So I've got these pages figured out. Those are done. Not going to do anything else with them. I think less is more. The minimalist look is totally fine there. But I need something here. And I have more dead space here. And I was thinking I could stamp in there in white, but then it's a little too close to this. So either I have to stamp here instead, or I have to switch these photos. So I'm going to think about that before I make my final decision. I have decided to switch up these photos. So now this one will be on the bottom. So when I stamp on it, these won't be next to each other, which I like. So got the photo, and then I've decided to use this stamp set. This is from 2015, so it's quite a few years old now. It was a collaboration between Kelly Perky and Christine Heron, who also does Everyday Explorers, if I'm not mistaken. And this one's called Ready Jet Set. So I'm sure it's not available on either of their websites anymore, but you might be able to find it on eBay, maybe, if you like it. But I'm going to use this stamp right here that says the view from here, because that's perfect. We were on the bridge, and this was our view, which was fantastic. So I am using my Brilliance Moonlight White ink, and I did check this photo, and it looks like I printed it at home because it's on the Canon Glossy 2 paper. That tends to hold ink really well, better than like Snapfish developing or CVS. So hopefully I can do this once and it'll be great. If not, I'll have to print and try it again. Luckily, the stamping came out absolutely perfect. Again, I have to advocate for, if you're printing at home, try the Canon Glossy 2 paper, because it just seems like whatever they use to coat this, it holds ink super well. I just have the best luck when I use that, as opposed to almost any other finishing. So look at how perfect that is. Yay! So once that is dry, that will go in here, and this layout should be done. I decided to do some splattering here so you can see it. On this page, I did a little bit on the sticker here, and then some on this sticker. I got a little bit bigger blob there than I would have liked when I was flicking it, but you know what? It'll dry. It'll be fine. It adds a little bit of character. So once those are all dry, I'll put them in the pocket and it'll be done. All right, everything is dry, and so I have everything in the pockets here. So I'm going to do some close-ups. You can see the left-hand side here. And here's the middle insert with the lovely stamping. And close-up of the right side. And this has turned out to be one of my favorite layouts. I just love it, and I'm so excited to get it in the album, and then I will do a flip-through for you of day one of Prague. Thanks for watching.